This is Johann Sebastian Joust. It's a game made by Copenhagen Game Collective, mostly by Douglas Wilson from Copenhagen Game Collective, and it's a really simple physical fighting game actually. So you hold a move controller in your hand, and you lose if you shake it, and that's basically it. So the goal of the game is to make other players lose by pushing them, or by threatening them, or by hitting their controller, or something like that. So you basically dance around each other and move really slow. And when the music speeds up, you can also speed up, and you can like jump and attack each other. So that's basically it. It's kind of a fighting game, but in real life. And we're not really using the computer to that much. It's inspired by, like, we really like to make games that like attack this kind of, or like challenge this kind of boundary, or like this kind of assumptions of like computer games happening on the computer. So we like have done like tons of small experiments with like breaking this barrier, and make games where people like look at each other and touch each other and like interact directly with each other and have eye contact. So this is a game for like up to 7 players. So it's like creates like a huge spectacle of people moving around in slow motion and fighting basically. It's inspired by some of the other works we have done. A game called Brutally Unfair Tactics Totally Okay Now, Button, which is also like a big brawl. It's a game where you have like a big button, and the game tells you to do weird stuff like move away from the controller, spin around 5 times, or take 5 push-ups or something like that. And then it gives you a win condition. First player who pushes the button wins, or first player who pushes the button loses, or something like that. And it quickly turns into like a big brawl. So people push each other or steal the controller, and all this like behavior where people like break the rules and cheat and acts like creatively is like exactly what we want to do with that type of game. So it's like an agenda of like giving the players some of the power to play the game the way they want to, and to take agency of the game basically. Yeah.
We made Press Play for Denmark because we wanted to have like a cultural exhibition to show what Danish games industry is about right now, and also to show the variety of games in the market, because we got games that really educate, we got games that entertain, and also games that try to be maybe artistic. So in Press Play for Denmark, we really tried to show the whole range of games coming from Denmark, to show games also as a cultural medium online with film and books and theater and all that. So just to make sure that we show the real Danish roots into gaming, like really good stories, good characters. We got interesting educational apps for kids. So when you play the game, you actually learn something about math, you learn something about English or French or something like that. And this game, of course, Max and the Magic Marker, which is like a platform game, but also has something to do with teaching you about to be creative with your drawings on the screen. So Press Play for Denmark is really trying to just embrace the culture of gaming in Denmark, to show how the biggest developer can also go up to the largest developer, and actually we have a good collaboration in Denmark going on with a huge variety of different games, and this is what this exhibition tries to do. It's the first of its kind, so we've been trying to do that.
my name is Glenn, and I'm a game developer at Blue Carrot Games, a one-man company from Denmark. And what I want to show you today is the first game I made. It was released around a year ago, and it's called X and Face. A very simple game that's easy to play, where you play the role of a small little Viking called Redbeard, who is very, very protective about his flowers. So when you start out the game, there's a little movie where Redbeard is watering his flowers, and a Viking is trampling his flowers, which he does not like, and he cuts off his head. So that's the story. This is the only cutscene in the game. The rest is just pure gameplay. A short little intro that explains how to play the game, and starts out fairly simple. And it's a line drawing game, so you just draw a line from the Viking and to the incoming Vikings. In the first level, it's very easy, just to get people to know the game and how it's played. Later on, there will come a lot of enemies, and you have to plan your shot very wisely before drawing. Like every good game, there are combo points, and you are awarded on how good you predict where to shoot. And later on, you will be able to use power-ups. One of the power-ups is lightning bolt. If there's a lot of Vikings and you can hit them all, you can activate that, and the lightning will strike and hit the 3 first Vikings. So it's like in the last second you can wipe out a lot of Vikings in that way. I can skip to level 2 to show you. Let's just take level 3. Already here there will be happening a lot more. You see now I have this lightning meter, and by hitting the enemies, some red orbs will appear, and if you press the red orbs, you'll feel the lightning meter up there. And you'll see if I hit more than 3 at the time, I'll get some bonus points. Here I'll hopefully get 4, and I'll get some bonus points. Later on, some Vikings will be hiding behind trees. They will walk with trees in front of them, and then you have to use some fire to burn the trees before you can kill them. And the game is very challenging towards the end. And now I can see I have the lightning meter full, so I'll just press this, and these will be hit by lightning. I'll see if I can show some different enemies. There are around 6 or 7 different enemies in the game in total. See if someone appears here. You can see there's a little fire down here. If I throw the axe towards the fire, it will glow. It's not necessary to kill these. Oh, there's a mole. Always hit the moles. They're bad for your garden. Hopefully there will be some trees. Yeah, there will. I'll draw through the fire and up to the trees, and that's how they kill. So that's X and Face.
What is also a crucial point in this exhibition is to showing the difference between Danish games and maybe American games, because there's really a huge cultural difference in how you approach gaming as well. In Denmark we don't have like really big huge studios, but we have small studios who can really be more creative, be more daring, because I mean the risk is lower if you have smaller projects. We got the Hitman, that is the IO Interactive developer in Denmark, and that's the biggest one. But we got like 50 smaller apps or smaller game companies who really tries to express themselves through the medium in different ways without losing money, of course. And I think that's really important. I mean, I think that's also where you can differ in Danish market or the French market, to try something different besides just aiming for the American market. I think there's a huge market just in Europe. And also games like Limbo, if you look at that, it's a really cinema noir, really artistic game, which I don't think could happen in the US. I think it's kind of had this Nordic feeling, really harsh tones, really macabre, really hard game at that regard. So it's a game that actually hates you, and I don't think you'll see that in the American market. Normally American games are much smoother. They're trying to really please you all the time. So I think gaming should also be something you fight with. I mean, you really got this game and I need to crack that game. But American games seem sometimes more easy to go through in that regard. So I think that makes some of the crucial distinction between looking at the European or Danish game community, and French community, and also the American scene. And I think we see the same in the French gaming industry. I mean, they have a different view on what a game could be compared to an American game.
I'll just tell a little about studio. The idea is founded on my partner Arndt's, creatings. He drawed like 2 years before I met him a lot of concept art of this, and he had a dream about getting this out. When we met, we didn't have anything. We just he had some ideas. He gotten some money for the project. And we started, he just released actually a movie for the game, which is not any programmed. It was just a concept movie made in After Effects, and that went worldwide, went viral, and everybody loved it. And a lot of people, publishers started writing to him, and that's why I met him, and I started answering those publishers, and we. From the 2 men we were until we were 16 people, which was quite a bigger change. It's 800% increase in staff, and that's in the main lines how it was created. A lot of the team a lot of people on the team has specialized functions, and we try to keep it as a small team. We also try to keep everybody on a specialized task, so no matter what you do. So the sound guy has sound as his area, and he's also like a specialist and really good at doing it. That's how we run the company.
My name is Stefan Steffensen. I'm from the company Mingoville, and we create online platforms to learn English and mathematics for kids. The one program we do have is called Mingoville Online English. This is what you see here. It's about a flamingo family where you will interact with them to learn English. We have more than 1.5 million kids all around the world learning English through this platform. We are very focused on that it should not only be on PC. It should also not only be games for the sake of games, it has to have a learning element. So if you do a spelling exercise, we try to motivate the kids by making some game elements into the games. It can be high scoring, it can also be some kind of difficulties where you have to do some challenges. With our English learning, we tend to really try to see if we can change the way that teachers use you could say the educational games in classrooms. So it's not only be used on the PC, but we now actually deploy our games to smart boards, which is the interactive whiteboards a lot of schools have now. We do it on mobile phones, we do it on smartphones, we do it on tablets, both on Android and on the iOS. We have also a virtual world where kids have their own avatar, something they know from the gaming world, where they get rewarded for the more English exercises they do, the more they can, you could say, gain access to in the virtual world. So we use the same ideas of getting achievement points. This time it's just, you know, the more English exercises you do, you get achievement points, and hence can access even more English exercises if you actually have done something before. The game is, or the English dictionary is translated into 32 languages. That also include from French to English. It's also very important that in our virtual world, which is the online platform for PC, we have the kids are meeting each other and learning English by doing either, you could say, collaborative games or games where they are multiplayer against each other. So they will, with their avatar, meet other kids. So you have a French kid that will meet a Danish kid, and again they'll meet a kid from Chile or China, and that way they will use the language and find out what is English all about. It's a way for us to communicate, and what better is to practice learning English and actually practice it with other kids around the world. So this is why we build this community now with 1.5 million kids learning English this way.
Also makes a huge difference between the European game industry and the US industry. I think it's that we have really cool academics, really cool research things going on in Europe, and also a great collaboration with the schools. So right now we are seeing art schools coming in, film school coming in, making games, and really testing the limits of how to express yourself through games. Because I think games is a medium, like film or books and everything like that, so you can make a game that says something about the human condition, about your state of mind. And I think that's really unique for the European games. I mean, we really dare to don't think just commercialized and think in money, but think how to express yourself through the medium. And we see that in the universities, we see that in the research stations, also a lot of schools coming in and doing those really excellent games. And that is unique to Europe. This is also what we are trying to show at Press Play for Denmark. We have a lot of student games from Denmark, which they only made it took a month to make, but they have a different take on what games is. And I love that. I love the rarity in games, and Press Play for Denmark really shows that.